Good evening. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Tonight, let's get cozy and together, let's go on an adventure to a mystical woodland in an autumnal night. If you haven't already had your headphones on, please put them on now. This recording is best enjoyed with headphones. During this guided meditation, I will try my best to help you relax and drift to sleep fast. My voice is solely a vehicle, like a flying carpet, that will take your imagination away. But first, let's get you situated. I would like you to find a cozy place to rest your body. Perhaps you can lay on your bed or resting comfortably on your couch. Wherever it is, just make sure there is no interruption to your respite. And at any point during this guided sleep meditation, should you feel so sleepy and drowsy, feel free to let go of your consciousness and your body. You can also listen to the spaces between my words until your mind is so tired and let go. Now let's take a few breaths together. You are to inhale for 3 and exhale for 6 on my count. Inhale for 3, 2, 1, and exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Perhaps you already feel so much lighter than just a moment ago. I would like you to imagine that you are walking along the edge of the woodland, following the natural trail in the mid-autumn early evening. The air of mid-November's day is getting chillier and crisper each day. You are enveloped in your favorite sweater and scarf. Perhaps you also have mittens and a hat to keep you warm. You like all the seasons of the year, but fall so far is your favorite season of all for sleep It is your favorite time to get cozy and bunker down, and it's time of the year to slow down and to enjoy the smallest and simplest things that you did not have a chance to do during the busy summer months. You feel so cozy and solid as you walk step by step on this trail. This trail seems familiar to you, as if you have been here before. The ground is covered with falling leaves, crunched by each step you take. You're surrounded by an earthy scent of decaying leaves, nipped by the evening chill. You feel so invigorating and so close to nature, as if this setting is just for you alone, like you're having a conversation with nature so intimately. The hypnotic sound of crunching leaves makes your whole body feel like you are walking in trance. You're walking through a field of birch trees. These trees and leaves are so iconic to the fall season. Its simplicity reminds you of your childhood, making arts and crafts out of birch branches and leaves. The birch trunk is smooth, slender and tall. The tree as a whole is uncumbersome and simple, yet is so resilient to the cold and harsh weather of the coming winter. And you feel simple and uncumbersome as well, just like the knotty trunk of a smooth birch tree, shredding all its leaves and burdens, and ready for the winter ahead. You are too, shredding all anxiety, worry, and burdens of the day. Right now, all you need to do is to relax and fall asleep. You continue walking past the clearing to a denser part of the woodland. The trees are getting bigger, with more canopies and coverage overhead. Despite all the shredding leaves, the trail ahead is splitting up. You come to the intersection and deciding which way to go. But you know that whichever way you take, it will lead you to your desired destination safely and comfortably. You pick your trail path, following your intuition. You notice that the sky is increasingly getting darker and darker by the minute. The ground is now covered with root system of all these big majestic trees all around you. Some of the tree trunks are so large it tipped over at one point in the past. Perhaps it was long time ago, now becoming an arch in the middle of the trail. Everything is covered in the most beautiful shade of green moss. It makes you feel like you have chosen the right path to go. This unbeaten, undiscovered pathway is just what you need for an autumn evening like this. You duck your whole body down under a giant tree root rising up above the ground, and you do so easily and effortlessly. This makes you feel so small compared to the nature around you, and it certainly makes all of your worries and anxiety seem so small, like nothing significant compared to the moment. You feel so intrigued by the structure of all the trees and rocks forming around you. The dirt trail is now no longer visible to your naked eyes. You notice that the beautiful green shade of trees and plants is now tainted with a violet and amber hue reflecting from the sunset sky above you. Suddenly, you hear a rattling noise behind a big tree trunk nearby. You decide to take a few steps over to check it out. You take small and cautious steps, step by step, closer to the other side of this giant tree. You spot a motion of something soft and fluffy moving behind this tall grass. Something looks like a big pair of rabbit's ears. You come to a stop and you can't believe your eyes. What is in front of you is a creature you've never seen before. Perhaps a mystical creature from a storybook. This creature has a shape of a fluffy rabbit walking on 4 tall legs of a donkey and an oversized long snout of an anteater. His eyes are so big and gleaming under the sunset sky, like an imaginary stuffed animal. You feel so amazed and curious. This creature making a gurgle sound of a wild turkey. He looks at you as if you two has known each other for a very long time. You catch the trusting gaze of each other's eyes. Then he turns his head and flaps his ears as if he wants to give you a signal to follow him into the woods. Then he quickly and gently runs away as you follow him. You come to a tall, dense hedge made out of all sorts of woods and twines and branches interweave together. The hedge is so thick and dense that a naked eye can barely see through. The creature turns his head around and looks at you. His eyes are filled with eager and excitement. He is about to show you a pathway through the hedge. You follow his lead. You dodge and duck your body under these low-hanging branches and twines, as if you're walking through a welcome archway of the halflings. Lays in front of you is another mystical and magical scenery that you can't believe in your own eyes. Just ahead of you lays a little quaint, rocky road. These rocks are like cobblestones, but smaller and much shinier, in all different shades of dark gray to light navy blue, neatly arranged together and bind together by this mystical looking moss in all shades of purple and blue. And on both sides of this pathway, you notice that there are many different bizarre plants that you never seen before. One looks like a giant mushroom with tentacles growing out of its gills. Another one looks like giant snowballs with tendrils growing out from the tops. Reaching for another plant, like hanging ornaments on a Christmas tree. There are even more bizarre looking plants. One looks like a square cube, balanced itself on a string that is no thicker than the thickness of a green bean, which makes them look like they're flowing in the air with no support, like an object flowing freely out in space. You keep walking through these magical looking plants and sight You feel so amazed. You're not sure this is real or it is a dream. You walking past these grass bushes that is about knee high and gleaming in the twilight sky with the most beautiful shade of silver you've ever seen. You wonder if these are in fact plants at all. You approach closer to one grass bush nearby and run your fingers through the tips of these grass as you walk past them. Your fingers encounter the most bizarre feeling ever, like running through water flowing midair. You think to yourself, perhaps this is how astronauts feel when they touch water flowing in midair inside of their spaceship's chambers. These mercury-looking grass immediately vaporizes itself and turns into the most spectacular light beams shooting straight up into the sky. The guiding mystical creature looks back at you, wagging his tail as if he wants you to follow him. You walk past a giant tree. Something looks like a banyan tree, but completely covered in gold from its root to each and every single branches. And behind this golden banyan tree, you spot a small little cabin. The cabin is quaint looking and is made out of a green, mossy looking materials. It blends into its surrounding and the rest of this mystical woodland. Perhaps this is not a cabin at all. Perhaps it is an extension of this mystical woodland, waiting here patiently and waiting for your arrival tonight. Your magical guiding animal hops over the fence and lands on his 4 feet. You can see and feel his excitement to show you the inside of this cabin. You walk through a small gate made out of a material similar to a pumpkin vine, intertwine and meet each other in the middle of the arch, forming a beautiful looking Celtic knot. You approach a round wooden door with the most beautiful brass doorknob. You place your hand on the doorknob, turn it, open the door, and walk inside. You immediately greeted by a puff of warm air, like someone has set a fireplace already just for you. You turn around and look at the mystical creature who guides you here. He already fell asleep outside next to the fence. He looks so at peace and relaxed. That makes you feel relaxed as well. Then you just notice that the sky has already gotten darker and darker by the minute. You say thank you and good night to the mystical creature and walk inside your cabin. You close the door behind you and start taking off all of your layers one by one, feeling comfortable and at ease. You put your coat, your scarf, and hat on the hanger nearby. You also notice that there's a rope hung on that hanger just for you. This rope has a velvety feeling texture in your most favorite color, whatever that is. The embroidery work on the rope is so intricate and detailed. It makes you feel so appreciated and loved. Whoever it is that made this rope knows you by heart. You tie up the rope's belt around your waist. You sit down on the chair. It feels so solid and sturdy. On the quaint table next to that chair, there's a wooden tray with the most decorative and intricate chiseling details on the edge of the tray. The tray contains your most favorite beverage. Perhaps it is hot chocolate, or tin honey, or apple cider, with your favorite autumnal spices. You wrap your both hands around the cup, feeling the warmth radiating through the palms of your hand. You take a sip of the beverage. You feel so loved and appreciated for whomever prepared this treat for you. You come to sit on the small bed nearby. The mattress is so soft yet firm at the same time. It has the most perfect amount of firmness to support your back and softness to comfort you to sleep. You lay down on the bed, looking up to the ceiling, and you see the 4 bedposts, which is made out of a material that's similar to a pumpkin vine. Strong but flexible and aesthetically pleasing at the same time. And now, as your eyelid getting heavier and heavier by the minute, you notice that The pumpkin twines bedpost are moving gently and slowly, intertwining around each other, creating a canopy above your bed. You feel so snuggle and protected by a perfectly soft mattress below and a sturdy protective canopy above. Perhaps you taking a big yawn like no others around you to judge, because this is your time and you can do whatever that feels most natural and comfortable for you. Perhaps you can wiggle your toes, stretch out your calf muscles, take a big deep inhale and exhale. Empty all the air out, sinking deeper and deeper down to the bed. There is absolutely nothing right now in your mind, nothing to worry or anticipate, just peace. Your mind is as light as a dandelion, letting itself blown away in the wind freely. The only thing that you can do right now is listening to the rhythmic burning firewood, crackling, gentle and hypnotic, magical and comforting. I'm going to count you down to sleep. 10, 9, 8. The world is full of magic all around you. 7, 6, 5. You believe in magic and believe in your ability to take your mind on a sleep adventure. 4, 3, 2. You can relax if you choose to do so. 1. Drifting down, down, down to a good night's sleep. Magic awaiting in your dreams. Good night.